So I want to give you 3 key tips, and if you follow these, you're going to smash it. You're going to have a decent sized beard in probably the next few months, 6 months, 12 months. It sort of depends on your genes a bit and how well a beard grows. So let's get into that now. Hey guys, it's Daniel from Beardster, and I wanted to give you a few tips on how to grow a beard. It might be for the first time, you might be looking to grow your beard out again, you might have just shaven and sort of regretting your decision, which is, you know, you should be regretting it if you've done that really. So when anyone starts growing a beard, I think one thing they always think is that it's a quick process, that it sort of happens overnight, but that's false. That's an illusion. Beards take a fair while to start growing. And I think a lot of people lack the patience. So patience is key when growing a beard. They don't happen overnight, and I mean a good beard will normally take 6 months to 12 months to grow. I mean this beard that I'm growing now is probably a good solid 4 months of growth, and I actually maintain my beard throughout. So I trim it up under the neckline. I've probably taken quite a bit of the length out from underneath because I like my beard to feel quite light on the face. When I've got a lot of hair in underneath, it really does like push the beard out. I don't really like that look. I like quite a stylized beard. I like it to have a bit of shape, and that's something that I go for. So patience is the key here, because a lot of people give up growing a beard within the first week, first 2 weeks. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, I can't grow it, it's patchy, oh, I can't grow it, it's flaking, or it's itchy and I just can't deal with it. And that will soon pass regardless. I mean, it might take a month, it might take 2, but the patchiness is just potentially your genes aren't quite as good as someone else's, and you can't grow a full beard, or that you haven't given it enough time, because a lot of things happen. So with a patchy beard, it might start off where you've got, you know, very little hair, you know, in the cheeks, under the neck, but that's gonna go. I mean, you're always gonna be able to grow that out a lot more than you think, so just give it time. And I would say that the best way to do it is to grow your beard without touching it, without touching a razor, without trimming it, for at least 1 month, so 30 calendar days. Just set a goal. So if you started growing it on the 1st of November, you would want to grow it to the 1st of December without touching it at all. The only thing I would say is that maybe keep your cheeks in line. If you're like me, my hair grows all the way up to my cheeks to my eyes, and I like to keep that part in check, especially if you're in a professional job that maybe they don't agree with that. That's one way to keep them on side, because you're going to look a bit unruly, you're going to look a bit unkept. That will all soon pass as well, but if you keep sharp lines during that time, I think it looks pretty cool, and your employers are probably going to be fine with that. So during my first full month of proper growth, this beard in particular, what I decided to do was go onto Instagram under my Beardster page, take a picture each day, upload it each day, just giving a daily account of how my beard progress was, so that I could see it from day 1 to day 30. If you want to do something like that, just use the hashtag BeardsterGrows. I'll put it on screen for you here, and I'll try and like give you a shout out, comment, and I'll, you know, give you some words of encouragement throughout that month. It'd be really cool to see if anyone's doing that. A bunch of people got involved, a bunch of people started tagging me in photos, and it just made a small little community of us all started to grow our beards out sort of at similar stages. A bunch of people were actually far more into their beard growing journey, sort of 200-300 days in. So have a look at that and just get involved that way. So being patient is all good, and it's sort of the most important tip out of the 3 tips that I'm going to give you on how to grow a beard. But the second one sort of falls hand in hand with patience, and that's ditching the razor. I mean, the razor is brilliant. I love razors. I use a razor every day or every other day to keep my lines fairly clean, fairly sharp, to take the hair off under my neck, just below the line that I've chosen that fits quite naturally with my face. I also use a razor to keep this part quite clean. A lot of people let their beard sort of follow the line of their face. I like to give it a little bit more definition. I use a razor up here to take away the hair from the eyebrows. I use a razor around here and up here. So I mean, I'm a big fan of a razor despite having a beard, but when you're first growing a beard, the razor is the worst thing you can have, whether that's just a cutthroat razor, standard disposable, or like a razor like Harry's Gillette, something like that, or whether it's the electronic razor, so a trimmer of sorts. And you just need to put all of them away. Do not use a razor on any part of your beard. Do not get one of the electric razors. Do not start putting it down to like setting 3 or setting 5, which is normally like a 3-day stubble, 5-day stubble. And don't start trying to like fade in your beard like here and here, so this bit looks longer and this bit's faded. You can do that. I mean, I do that now. I fade in this part here, and I fade in a little bit here, but I've got a good foundation. So you need to really ditch the razor till you've got a good foundation. Wait until you've got 1 month's growth, and then give a really good tidy up of the beard and all the lines, and start sort of working out what sort of shape you want. The more militant sort of beard growers would say, just actually for that whole month, don't shave at all. Don't shave your cheeks, don't shave your neckline whatsoever. I agree with the neckline, don't touch the neckline. I only do the cheeks in that first month. But if you want to be a lot more militant, don't touch a razor whatsoever. You might just look a little bit messier. There's nothing wrong with that in my book. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a messy look. It's obvious that you're in mid-beard growth, you're trying something, just go with it and ditch the razor for the first month of growth. So I'm actually going to come on to our third tip now, and it's probably one of the most important ones, and this is looking after your beard. Now, as you're growing your beard, at the early stages, you might find that your beard or your face is a bit irritable. It might get a bit red, it might get a bit flaky, the scratchy, itchy feeling will start to make an appearance. That's fine. Like that happens when, just think about it, when your beard hair is growing, it's like shooting out at all different angles all over your face, and your skin may struggle with that, especially if you've got sensitive skin. I struggle with sensitive skin. My skin dries out so fast, and that's something I've always had a problem with. So a good thing to use is beard oil. Make sure it's an all natural product. Make sure it's got no synthetic materials in it, no synthetic chemicals, no perfume arguably. Like, I'm not a fan of having perfume going directly onto my skin. I mean, you see what like aftershave does. I mean, I know it's alcohol based, it's got really strong smells. With the natural beard oil, it's just natural goodness. You put it on your face, your skin absorbs it so fast because it's quite similar to some of the oils that your skin produces, and that's really going to help your beard just, you know, start flourishing really. So thanks for watching. If you've got any other tips on how to grow a beard, what sort of things you've done that have been successful that maybe I haven't spoken about, leave those in the comments below. I'd be really interested to see what you've done in the past. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.